Good evening, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. This is Rich again, back for your third and final video blog of the night for Monday, September 1st, 2014, around 7:55 p.m. in Belleville, Massachusetts. The sun is going down, going to be a humid night, and we're going to have summer-like temperatures for the rest of the week. Some news to report. Country music superstar Carrie Underwood is going to be be a mother for the first time. Her husband is Nashville Predators forward Mike Fisher, and also Celtics captain Rondo said that he wants to start the season with the Celtics, and he would like to finish the season with the Celtics. Make up your mind, Rondo. What do you want to do? I think the Celtics are going to trade the captain away probably before the trading deadline, because there's no way he's going to re-sign with the Celtics for a contract extension. The Celtics are rebuilding, and he's not going to win another championship with the Green, that's for sure. So trade him before the trading deadline to get some assets and players which you could build around, because if you lose him to free agency, the Celtics will get nothing, and this is a 3 to 5 year rebuilding period for the Boston Celtics. So Rondo is definitely a goner, and only 37 more days into the NHL season. That's so happy, because I cannot wait to see the puck drop for this 2014-2015 NHL season. October 1st is my preview blog for the upcoming NHL season, 1 month away. And that's about it for what I got to say right now on stuff. And the third and final video subject of the night is about the classic television sitcom Alf. Alf was a classic sitcom about an alien that came down to Earth, and he went into the Tannen family to befriend them and stuff like that. Alf aired on NBC from September 22nd, 1986 through March 24th, 1990. It was the first television series to be in Dolby Surround sound systems. It was created by Paul Fishskull, who also was the voice of Alf, and Tom Patchnet. It was produced by Alien Productions, and it starred Max Wright as Willie Tannen, Ann Sheridan as Kate Tannen, Andrea Elson as Lynn Tannen, and Benji Gregory as Brian Tannen. Alf's real name was Gordon Shumway, and he came from the planet Melmac. And he, like, a typical episode of Alf is like when he always learning stuff about the earth and people, and he would always hide in the kitchen, and he would also be after the Tanner's cat Lucky, and always, it seems, every episode of Alf, him and Willie Tannen get into a fight, which was very, very comical. All the science fiction references were in a comic way. There was a lot of recruiting characters on Alf, including the Offmonics, who was Trevor Offmonic was played by John LaMotta, who hated this television show. Liz Sheridan was his wife, Rachel Offmonic, and they had a nephew called Jake Offmonic, played by Josh Blake. He came from season 2 to 4. Other recurring characters was a psychiatrist named Bill Daly, he played the psychiatrist Dr. Larry Dystra. Bill Daly was in a television sitcom that dealt with psychiatrists, The Bob Newhart Show. And Ann Mira was another recruiting character. She played Dorothy Hashin Demar, who was Kate's widowed mother. And another recurring character was a blind lady named Jody called Andrea Corvin. Bell, and also another one was played by Paul Dooley. And Alf got so popular. The first season of Alf, it was ranked number 12 out of all the shows on television. That's 1986-1987 season. It got so popular, they had an Alf cartoon series that ran several years, Saturday mornings on NBC Daytime, and there was a lot of Alf merchandise. And it continued to be getting to be more popular in the second season, 1987-1988. It was ranked number 5 out of all television shows. Changes happened on the third season of Alf. Like the Tannins, Willie and Kate had a boy named Eric, and this storyline was the real life pregnancy of the actress who played Kate Tannen, Ann Shedden, and the 1988-89 season, Alf was ranked number 10th of all the television shows, and it continued to get popularity. The start of the fourth season, there were some other changes to the character. There was a new recruiting character. Jim J. Bullock joined the cast as Willie's brother, Neil Tannen, but this is when they started to drop in the ratings and stuff like that. It was popular on Monday night for 3.5 years, but it moved to the graveyard Saturday nights when it got canceled. NBC actually picked up a 5th season of Alf, but backed off at the last minute, and that got the producers, Alien Productions, mad about that. The 4th and final season of Alf had a cliffhanger episode where Alf was being surrounded and there was a lot of lights coming down. He probably looked like he was going to get caught, but the clip of it says the last episode ever to be continued. It was never continued because NBC just canceled the show after they made a commitment for a 5th and final season. A lot of the writers said Alf had maybe at least 1 to 3 more good seasons of it, and I agree it was a very great sitcom, but it like the 4th season was the changes of the show, which it went down a little bit ratings to 39th, but it was still good for renewal. But I think moving it Saturday night's probably what got NBC worried that it might be on its last legs, but I think it had 1 to 3 more good seasons of it. I really loved the show, especially with Alf and Willie fighting a lot. That brought the show. That was probably the best part. They always bickering, but always making up. But I liked that when they kind of argued a lot. That's the best part of the show. You would always see Willie and Alf argue a lot, and they would Alf continued on in syndication in 1990, but it was distributed by Warner Brothers. They distributed the series to syndication. It was seen on WSBK TV 38, but it only lasted a few years in syndication and disappeared. Then it went on to several cable networks, but it didn't stay too long. I own 4 seasons of Alf on DVD, but they're the syndicated ones because the owners of the DVDs, Lionsgate, could not remaster the original NBC versions of Alf because they said it would be cost prohibited, and it got a lot of poor sales for the DVDs. But I liked the show anyway. They had a kind of a reunion movie for Alf in 1996. Well, it wasn't really a reunion movie because it was just Alf and a few actors and actresses, and they didn't have the Tannins on it, which was that was disappointing. The movie was on ABC, but it tanked in the ratings. And Alf appeared in several television shows and commercials during the late 90s and early 2000s to get him back in popularity. He had a hit talk show in 2004 that aired on TV Land, but it only lasted 7 episodes. And there's talk that there's going to be a live action movie of Alf coming soon because Sony bought the rights to an Alf movie, and they're going to make it like a CGI version of Alf. It should be interesting what it's going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if it makes big time movies money. This is a blockbuster hit if it gets developed. And also, I think Alf might be on Me TV or Antenna TV in the near future. So that's about it. I will be back tomorrow, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. The subjects I'm going to be talking about tomorrow, it's time. It's time. It's Vader time. A profile of the former WCW World Champion, Vader. Plus, I'm going to profile, maybe this is going to be a new feature on these video blogs I'm going to do. I'm going to be talking about a TV character. The first TV character from a classic television show. The first TV character I'm going to talk about is Bosley, John Bosley. And the third one is going to be a sports topic. And I don't know what topic it's going to be about, but it's going to be a sports topic. And Wednesday, Facebook friends and YouTube followers, get ready for the two blogs I'm going to be talking about. Will be the top 10 greatest quarterbacks of all time, NFL quarterbacks of all time, and my weekly NFL predictions. Thursday, one blogs in the pipeline will be the history of WWE All-American Wrestling. And Friday, one of the video blogs, this is going to be very most anticipated. The 10 ladies who have the nicest legs in the world. And this is more anticipating. A lot of people think who's going to be number one, and it probably is, but I don't know for sure if that person's going to be it. We'll see. And don't forget, Facebook friends and YouTube followers, if you want a special shout out, just give it to me, private message me, and I will shout it out, okay? Have a good night, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. Bye now.